Okay. So it's 9 o'clock sharp, and I think it's time to start. So, hello. Hello, everyone. I'm Tanya from LinguaCom English, and this is episode 6 of our monthly broadcast, Language Inspiration. And today, our special guest is Shiran Melamdovsky Somech, and social tech entrepreneur and vice president of social impact at DID, and the founder of Listen to My Voice campaign that we're going to talk a bit more about later. So, hi, Shiran. Thanks for joining us today. I would like also to welcome Elena Makaruk, an assistant at LinguaCom. And we're expecting some more guests here in the studio. I guess they're probably just a little late, but they will definitely join. So just before Shiran starts her presentation, I would like to say that Language Inspiration started out as an open panel discussion dedicated to the ways people learn and improve their language. However, over time, it changed. We kind of redefined the concept, and today the purpose of the session is to meet, interact, and debate with interesting people, professionals in different fields, and entrepreneurs that come here to share their knowledge, and everything is in English, which is amazing. So I see it as a sort of win-win because we, on the one hand, people can share their ideas. On the other hand, we can practice discussion and debate. So I have to say that today's topic is a bit tough, isn't it, Shiran? What do you think? Yeah, you've already presented it in different audiences, so I know the reactions can be strong. Today we're going to talk about domestic violence, and yes, the field is super sensitive, but I believe we should and must talk about it to raise awareness and to look for solutions and probably to help avoid next disaster. So today Shiran will share with us how she got to the idea of starting her groundbreaking campaign. So I guess over to you, Shiran. So please just tell us how it all started, and yeah, if you would like to share your screen, you're welcome. Or tell me if you want me to share. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Tanya. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. So I'm very excited to be here today and to share with you behind the thing of our campaign. And thank you, Tanya and Lena, for the opportunity.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate. So I would love to share my presentation. Just a second. Okay, Tanya, so you need to stop sharing your screen.
Okay. All right. I'm ready to do that. Just before Shiran, it's great that we had a little pause because we have a student joining us right now. I said hello.
Hi, am I the only one student?
Right now you are, but we're expecting more, people who are a bit late.
Okay. I thought I'm late, but hi. Yeah.
Hi. So I've already made the introduction. Shiran, this is Asya, our student. Asya, please just very, very briefly introduce yourself. What do you do? Where are you from? And your profession. Okay.
Yeah. Hi, Shiran. My name is Asya. I'm from Russia, but currently I'm in Serbia. I work in IT.
As a
And right now, yeah, now I'm learning English and Serbian.
in
Yeah, I
Serbian.
just had Serbian lesson actually. So,
Okay.
dobro večer.
Okay.
Drago mi je, Shiran.
Nice to meet you.
Great. So Shiran is right now going to start her presentation. As I said, and I warn you, the topic is rather tough. So yeah, but it's very interesting. So hope it's going to be all right.
Okay, thank you. So you can see my screen,
We can see your screen.
and it's not the mountain.
It is a mountain.
It is a mountain.
It
Yes.
is a mountain.
So just a second, let me switch.
In the
Okay,
meanwhile, there are more people joining. Hello, Moshe. Just say hello.
Okay, Tanya, you can see now my screen, the presentation?
Yes, now we can see your
Okay.
presentation. That's perfect.
Okay, so as Tanya mentioned, I'm Shiran Melamdovsky Somech. I'm a social tech entrepreneur. I'm the entrepreneur behind Listen to My Voice campaign. And today, from this month, I'm also VP Impact at DID. That was one of my partners in the campaign. And today, I would like to share with you about the campaign, behind the thing, how we came up with the idea, and also the impact we create. And even to share with you and give you some more inspiration, how can you do it yourself, like social impact campaign, how you can use technology and the media and leverage it to a real social impact. And also would love to give you some practice tools as well. So a few words about DID. DID is developed API that allow you to create a video from one single image. And we are 35 employees so far, and we raised $50 million. And one of our collaboration is with MyHeritage. So as you can see here on my screen, the user of MyHeritage can animate their photo of their loved ones. And this was very successful collaboration with over 100 million animation, and it's still ongoing. And also now we have, because of the success of this collaboration, now we extend it, and you also can dub the picture of the image of your loved ones, and by click of a button, just to create a documentary video of your family. So this is amazing. Another interesting collaboration is with Warner Brothers. We create a personalized trailer of one of the Hugh Jackman movies. So each of the users can upload his profile photo, animate it, and be part of the trailer.
Shiran, I'm sorry I'm stopping you in the middle. Do you prefer questions, after the presentation or during the presentation?
I think we can make it like open discussion. So feel free if you have any question, just to jump in. No worries.
Well, actually, I do have a question about the heritage project.
Mm-hmm.
Could you go back to that slide with MyHeritage?
Yeah, I will try.
Is there the question was, is it like an open source for everyone? Do you have to be a member of MyHeritage to be able to work to do that to the image of like old images, or how does it work exactly? Do you know that?
Yes, so to use this service, you have to be a member at MyHeritage. This is for the MyHeritage users. However, we also launched, we call it Creative DID. So you can Google it later on. And it's like a creative studio that you can upload your photos, and edit text and also choose the accent and the language, of course, and create a speaking portrait, like speaking video.
On the platform itself.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes. Wow. So it's and you do not have to be a member there. It's like
No.
if you no. Okay. Well, no. I'll do that right after the session, I think. Sounds very interesting. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sure. So feel free to ask if you have any other question. And now I would like to start talking about the campaign. It's also, Tanya, as you mentioned, a trigger warning. We're going to talk about domestic violence. So I would like to start with Michal Stella's story, one of the most famous cases in Israel. Michal Stella was only 32 years old. She got everything in life. She coming from a loving family. She had many friends. She was a qualified wealth worker. She lived in a nice village near Jerusalem. She got married and have a new baby daughter. However, 2 years ago, her husband stabbed her to death in front of 8-month-old baby daughter, and no physical violence occurred before this murder. So I would like to start with her voice, with her story. Just Tali, let me know that you can hear the audio.
That, yeah.
I was Michal Stella. In 2019, I was murdered by the man who was my husband, the killer, Eliran Malul. And today, after I lost my life, I call on you. Listen to my voice. If you are in a relationship, or were in a relationship, and he is jealous and obsessive towards you, if you are afraid of his reaction to parting from you, share with a close person and a domestic violence expert who will help you separate safely and return to your light. Listen to your gut feeling. Do it today. Listen to my voice. Listen to your voice.
Well,
That's very impressive. Great.
I said, could you speak up just a little bit?
Yeah, I wanted to say that it's impressive, really. Yeah.
It is.
Great idea to do this.
Thank you.
It's just, it's not the first time I hear this video, and every time I hear it, I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Yes. No,
yeah, we need a minute here.
Yeah.
Benny, I can see that there's some more participants that joined us. So I'm using this little pause to welcome Benny and Moshe. Moshe is a teacher with Lingua, a Hebrew teacher. I'm very happy you're here. Hello, Moshe. Can you say hello?
Hello.
Okay. Benny. Hi, Benny.
Hi.
It's good to see you. As well. So I just wanted to say, could you just introduce yourself very briefly? Very briefly. Where are you from? What do you do?
Okay, I'm from Israel. Hello to all. I'm a student of Tanya. I think in 2 years, and I enjoy to join you.
Yeah.
Join you in this evening.
Thank you. Misha, hello. It's good to see you.
Hi. Good to see.
Very
Nice
briefly,
to meet you.
where just what do you do? Where are you from?
Well, I'm a software developer. I'm from Russia. Now I live in Moskovskaya Oblast, Balashikha.
Okay. Welcome, Misha. And okay, I think Moshe is probably on the drive, so but he's here and he's with us. So good to have everyone. We've just started, and yeah. So right now, Shiran, you're going to tell us a little bit more about what exactly was the purpose of this campaign.
Yeah, thank you. So, and welcome. So what we did and how we are combating domestic violence. So it was very important for us to show that domestic violence is actually agnostic to any kind of background, and it can happen to anyone, anywhere. It's not related to age or race or sector or socioeconomic status. Just can happen to anyone. So as you can see here, we brought back to life 5 diverse Israeli women, each of them from different backgrounds. We animated and dubbed their still photo and using the DAD AI technology. So as you saw in the video, we have Michal Sela, that was only 32 years old. Esther Barhane from the Ethiopian sector was 50 years old. She murdered by her husband that was a police officer. And we have also Maureen Khadjikhie, was only 29 years old. Her husband burned her to death while she was pregnant. And Esther Aronovich, 70 years old. It was her second marriage, this time to a successful doctor that also shot her to death from his own weapon. And last but not least, Sagit Uzeri, only 23 years old. She lived in Tel Aviv. She dreamed to be an actress and go to Hollywood. So the main common things for all of them is definitely not the background, it's the tragic end.
Yeah. Shiran, can I just ask you a little bit deeper about the technology itself, or do you think it's not the right time? Maybe a bit later you're gonna tell a bit more about it?
I have some more slide dedicated for that technology. Yes. So
okay, so we'll get
be
there.
patient. We will get there.
All right. In the meanwhile, we have another participant who joined us. I'm very happy to welcome Irina. Irina, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry for the delay. I was in the teaching process, and I'm happy to join.
You're very welcome. Just one word, your field of your professional field, and then we are going to continue.
Okay, I have 2 parts of education, and my first part is psychology. I'm PhD in psychology, and my second part is a business degree. So my main field is, well, let's call business psychology, definitely a human resource consulting.
Thank you very much. And currently you are where?
Well, currently I'm in Latvia, and my professional life is going between 2 countries, between Latvia and Russia.
Okay, thank you very much and welcome. So now, yes, we're going to continue talking about Shiran's fantastic project. And now, as I can see, you're going to tell us a bit more about the collaboration with the families of these women.
Yeah, so it's important to say that the collaboration with the family was a key part of the campaign, and their involvement and motivation, that's what makes the campaign so strong and effective. We started with interviews of the family members, and we create the scripts together with them. And also they were part of the filming day. And as you can imagine, it was very special and very emotional. They met the actresses that were dubbing the loved ones. And also it was very important for us to have like tier 1 actresses, like very professional actresses and very familiar. And this is actually from 2 reasons. So the first one is the technology. The technology is keeping the facial expressions of the actresses. Mm-hmm. And this is how we control the narrative and make it more authentic. And the second one is about the message, because famous actresses, usually known as an independent and free woman, and this kind of double impact for the message. It really can happen to anyone. And I mentioned the technology, so, and also Tanya, regarding your question. So as you can see here from the left side, this is the actress face, and in the right side, it's the single still image. And you can see here how the facial expression is like in the actress. It's in the picture. In the right side, it was just a still image that we brought back to life based on the actress's facial expressions. She moved the same like the actress. It was just like a still photo.
So it's like a mask. It's the image is like the mask of the act. It's like actually the actress. She is sort of wearing this mask of the image. Is it right? I don't know. Kind of.
It's interesting to say it's like mask, but at the end of technology, this is a magic.
Whoa. I'm just reminding that Shiran is like we're talking about the topic of bringing back to life the images of women who suffered from them, who were killed in domestic violence episode, and how the AI technology is used to bring them their facial expressions, their movements back to life. Okay, that's so we're going to watch another video.
So this is the primary video. Actually, it's kind of a snippet of all the 5 stories in it. It's gonna be in Hebrew, but the subtitles are in English.
In English.
אני הייתי מיכל סלע.
אני הייתי שגית עוזרי.
אני הייתי אסתר ברהנה.
אני הייתי אסתר אהרונוביץ'.
אני הייתי מרין חאג' יחיא.
ב-2019 נרצחתי בידי מי שהיה בעלי.
נרצחתי בידי ערן קישוני שהיה בן הזוג שלי במשך 4.5 חודשים.
נוריתי למוות בידי גיורא פרף פרי שהיה בן הזוג שלי במשך 10 שנים.
נרצחתי בידי מי שהיה בעלי.
מי שהיה בעלי 9 חודשים הרג אותי כשאני בהיריון.
והיום, אחרי שאיבדתי את חיי,
אני קוראת לך.
אם את בזוגיות או זוגיות לשעבר שיש בה פיקוח ושליטה על הקשרים החברתיים או ההוצאות הכספיות שלך.
אם את סובלת מתפרצויות זעם או איומים.
פנאי ואובססיבי כלפייך.
ואת חיה בלחצים ובפחד.
שתפי אדם קרוב ומומחית אלימות במשפחה שתעזור לך.
הקשיבי לתחושות הבטן שלך.
הקשיבי בקולי.
הקשיבי בקולי.
הקשיבי בקולי.
הקשיבי בקולך.
So this was the main video. We had actually 5 different videos, but this was like the one who took all the stories and we make it for one video.
אני הייתי מיכל.
And today after the campaign, yes, maybe you need just a minute to...
Yeah. I don't want to be the only one talking here. Guys, what are your impressions? Maybe unmute for a second and share a little bit. Would be really appreciated. Everyone is shy.
Nice, it makes sense. No worry. Also, you can keep the questions to the end.
Yeah. Sorry, I heard something. Someone.
Okay, it's Lena. Yes. So I just want to say that it's so impressive and such a important and such a topic that must everyone understand and like help. I think it's very important in our time to share this with people, so people must know this.
Absolutely. Right. Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you, Lena.
Thank you. Everybody else, welcome to share what your thoughts if you feel so. Okay. Shiran, so you're welcome to tell us a bit more about the impact and what is social impact.
So now after the campaign ended, so it was very important for us to understand what impact we created. And first of all, the campaign was success by any measure. It was during 3 days that we were on air, we had 4 million views. We've been like almost in every household in Israel. We hired on the news, in the commercial TV, radio, billboards, social media. It was pretty crazy. And also Michal Sela's sister, Daily Ben Ami, present the campaign in the UN. We got also covered by international press as the BBC and Reuters. We also won the Innovation Awards from the Israeli Marketing Association, and now we are candidates to a Cannes Lion Festival. The second thing, so it's super exciting.
That's something new.
It's new.
Sounds great.
Yes. Also, the engagement rate was very, very high, and even more important, third of the viewer of the video were men, and 50% of the visitor in our website were men. So it's amazing from my point of view, because usually this kind of campaign, usually in the bottom line, the audience are women, and this time we succeed and we increase the awareness also among men. And if we want to create a real change, so we need to bring both sides, both genders together. So I think it's super important and impressive. Yeah. And the third one, we also saved lives. So during the campaign, we got 1,000 clicks on our hotlines numbers and also our risk assessment questionnaires. And even more than that, and even it wasn't the purpose of the campaign, we got a real-time inquiries for women, most of them young women and even teenagers, that after they saw the campaign understand they are in dangerous relationships. And they reach us over Facebook and over Instagram and share their story with us. And luckily, we were collaborate with a Federation of Local Authorities. And this is how we succeed to assist them in a real time and connecting them to the relevant entities in their own municipalities.
Whoa.
Yes,
it's so impressive, and especially the fact that you actually track the amount of clicks on hotlines or support, victim support. I think this is just the main measure here that shows how important the campaign is, how important social how important social awareness is. So
yes, it is. So this is like, the click in the real time, but also the millions of views and also the engagement from the man side. This is like the first phase to create a change. So the live streaming was just in a real time, but hopefully in the future, this is going to be a major part of creating the change, the differentiation that we want to see.
I see.
And I was talking about the partners. So what also unique in this campaign that we brought together 3 different sectors that usually don't work together. So the first one is the nonprofit organizations that contribute their professional knowledge and also connected us to the affected family. And the second one is a business sector, the IT company that really love the agenda, how we use technology to saving lives. And as you can see here, we have Meta, that was one of our main sponsors, and other leading companies is Outbrain and Natural Intelligence. And the last, it was a public sector, the Federation of Local Authorities in Israel that I mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I skipped one. So today, from my side, like after the campaign, I was thinking a lot what should be the next step, and it took me a while because I was like so inspiring and amazed
overwhelmed
by the power and overwhelmed and all this kind of words from what I created and how I combine the using of media and technology and created such an amazing impact. And I really want to continue doing that, like using technology and doing good in scale. So it was very natural for me to collaborate with DID. So they really want me to join them. And now I am opening a new department, impact department, and it's totally new and also amazing because usually it's pretty rare in companies at all, and even more in the small companies like startup companies. Mm-hmm. So they really saw the value of those kind of campaign to their organization. So they want together we want to put a lot of effort and focus and this kind in the era of doing good and social impact. And this is also what I want to share with you, that usually what organizations are doing in the world of doing good, some of them like having some kind of money for philanthropic
projects or philanthropy. Yeah.
Philanthropy project. Okay, thank you, Tanya. And also there are that have a corporate responsibility, and of course a pro bono. But we want to do something else. We want to take the technology and create new projects, new use case, and do it like worldwide campaign and worldwide project, and to affect many people.
Well,
yes, so just stay tuned.
You're actually taking a question that I was kind of about to ask. I was like, what is your next step? What are the audiences that you're willing to reach? What is your next challenge? So I can see that you kind of already answering my question here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So for example, this campaign, Listen to My Voice, we want to extend it to be worldwide and to present that domestic violence is quite pandemic, and the prevalence is very, very high. It's everywhere, and it's barely talked about. So now we're working to make it a global campaign with local stories from many countries. And also we are exploring the Ukraine refugee relief and the e-learning in the environment and healthcare and other relevant domains that we can really contribute using our technology.
Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was super, super interesting. And because the people who are with us today, we have people working in different professions, and we have tech people here. We have Irina, who's a psychologist, Benny, who works with can I just say that you work in a Jewish agency that works with communities, is related to education and things like that. So I would really appreciate input and feedback from each and every person who is here today. Moshe, Misha, Isam, you're all welcome to say something, and it would be very important I think also for Shiran would be happy to hear your input. I would be happy to to discuss the impressions with you. So is it okay, Irina? Can we start with you?
I'm not feeling very self-confident to be the first person who is in discussion, because I'm missed a little bit the beginning. Probably I have to ask some questions you have discussed already. But
fine.
I have
Feel
three.
free.
I have three. First of all, I mean, what's the how you would define the main purpose of these campaigns? I mean, to establish some awareness, or to give some space, to give some instructions what to do. I mean, because when people watch such kind of, for example, such kind of videos, what kind of reaction you expected from them to show, and what do you mean some call to actions, or something to do, or really just to be aware, or what was the purpose? And that's the first question. Second question, probably I missed the key of technology. Is it a possibility to make such kind of video, or it can be used broadly? For example, just like an idea from my point of view, for example, it would be very useful and important for the usual people to feel how it is inside of some, I don't know,
some other person, like
for example, to feel really how, or to get some really touch experience, how they perceive the world, I don't know, autists or blind, such kind
like
of
autistic person or blind
for
person.
Example, yes, something like that. Does this technology let us to get such kind of story or such kind of experience, to get deeper understanding some people who is in a more difficult situation, and we can't be reasonable enough with them, partly because we can't even imagine their reality or something like that. How do you feel if you are, I don't know, old, halfly blind man, and you need to do something or something? I mean, I don't understand probably in detail what kind of
possibilities it's got.
Possibilities of this technology. Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably the most question.
I think the question is very clear. So there are two questions. First of all, like the main goal of this specific campaign, and second, can this be used to introduce people to the worlds, to the world perceptions of people who are very different from them? Kind of bring us closer to people with special needs, people with certain difficulties or limitations, or people, whatever it is. So yeah, Shiran, what do you think?
Thank you. Very good question. So the first one, we have a lot of thoughts about the call to action and what should be the goal of the campaign. We want to, our first thoughts that we want to be more activist, and even have a direct call to the policymakers as well. But in the end, we decided that the power of the campaign is to keep it that way, and just to increase the awareness and just let people hear the voices of the women that murdered. And it was very difficult for me, because I really want to see a real change in the end of the campaign, to come in with a specific come to the policymaker and ask them to do 1, 2, 3 and to show this happen. And we know we have a very strong campaign, very strong creative, very strong technology, but still in the end we decided the best thing to do is to keep it and increase awareness, and thinking that in the bottom line we did a good decision, because we succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this for your second question is I love the question, because now we're also exploring other area, what we can do, which other project, which other population, where we can assist. So here we focus on women that murder, but definitely we can do it in other domain as well, like with disability, people with disabilities. So for example, we got a reach out from some organization that working with kids with a rare disease, and he told us exactly this, that you want to have kind of a videos so people can understand what those children are having, or are they dealing, what they are feeling. Yes, so definitely, yes, we now have to explore where else we can take this, how we can use this technology. But this is, only in the impact side. Like, for example, also Tanya, I think you mentioned, we can use it for disabilities, but the core technology itself, we are also focusing to the e-learning, for example, or corporate training on this area, and for kids education. And it's very important to us, and via our technology you can create kind of a diversity teacher.
Whoa.
So
it's very
like
powerful.
Everyone can choose his own teacher. So if I want someone in my age or older, or from a different sector or a different race, so I will be able to do it. And it also increases the effectivity of the learning and gives some more power to the kids, from we call it the kids of colors, or teacher in colors. So in this way, we're gonna make them like to be a better student, to see the role model in front of them, and also in the work environment. So also in the impact side, like if we're just talking about the dedicated impact campaign, definitely we can think about the other population, that we can give them voice.
Yeah.
And hear their story and what they are been through. And like on the regular basis, also our technology can create such an amazing things.
Yeah, well, I'm just sitting here imagining the possibilities of this, because you said education. Oh yeah, you can do this, you can do that. Special education. I'm just sitting here imagining all these things. Okay, I see, Irina, you got it's like a little follow-up question.
Yeah,
try to keep it short, because I want everyone to have a chance. Okay, no worries. Do it.
I told that I have 3 ideas, or actually 3 questions, and the third one is a little bit different. Can we create such kind of materials for social psychology study of attitudes, or different kind of, it can be like materials for some stimulation for social perception or something like that, if you get what I'm talking about.
To teach.
Can you elaborate some more?
Psychology.
It sounds interesting. Yeah, but
I mean, if we are reading some studies, how they perceive different social group perceive each other, or something like that, how the attitudes changed after some contact with the culture, or something like that. I'm not well prepared now for such kind of discussion, but for sure it might be used as a good possibility to create stimulation for some attitude changes process, investigating or something like that, because it is very it is very powerful touch with some other culture, or for some in-group out-group favoritism or whatever, and you can create very specific experience for the people, which can really change some social minds or something like that. And it can be used in social psychology studies as a simulation, as a material for simulation.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting. We didn't think about that, but definitely it is something we should take
maybe
into
I should put
account
you two
and
in
explore
contact
some more.
to discuss the idea. That sounds brilliant. So thank you very much, Irina, for this input. And I would also would be very happy to hear from Misha. Misha, you here? Or I don't know.
Tanya, maybe you forget. I'm not sure if you mentioned that, but maybe it will be easier for you in that way, because I'm also a student of Tanya, right?
Okay, guys, don't feel uncomfortable. We're all here,
we're all students.
We're all I'm learning from I'm always saying that I'm learning more from my students that I think they learn from me, because I definitely get exposed to the fields I could never imagine I would be exposed to by as a part of this as a part of my work. So Misha is texting right now. His internet connection is really poor, so he can't speak, but he apologizes for not being able to give his feedback. However, Asa, maybe you can join and say a few words, especially because you are related to technology. So I think maybe you could say a few words.
Yeah, maybe I have a few questions. Yeah, I would like to ask about the whole technology and the idea. I think, is it an application and anyone can use it? And I think it's not for free, right? So who can use it, like this technology?
Okay, so DAD, we actually a B2B company.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, if you are a user of MyHeritage, so you can use a DAD product in a MyHeritage platform. But as I mentioned to Tanya before, we just launched we call it a creative DAD studio, and you can have some tests on yourself. It's pretty new, and we want to explore how people gonna use it. So just feel free. You can upload photo and also add text and choose the accent as well, text by almost any language, and you can play with it. And we would love to hear.
Because when you expect that people would use it like this, usually not. Like there are much more ways, and this is a really interesting part. And I have one more question. How do you choose your clients? Because this thing is really powerful, and I saw the impression of that videos, of the voices of that women. Like, don't you worry that it could be used not for a good purposes?
So definitely.
Whoa, I promise I haven't thought about this question. So it's a great question.
Like anyone can use it for that purposes. How will you somehow choose your clients, or you are ready to sell it to anyone? And this is like
a question of ethics.
Yes, exactly.
Whoa. Okay.
Yes, so the ethics is very important to our company. It's part of our DNA. We started the company with the state of mind of doing good. We started in the privacy world and we shifted to the entertainment in the media, but still ethics is very, very important to us. We won't sell to anyone. We have a dedicated section in our website, by the way, where you can see all the action that we are made to promise that no one will do a misuse or will misuse our technology. And for example, it's that transparency is very, very important for us, that people will know that this is synthetic media and not like not real. And also the consent of the people that in the video. In our campaign, for example, it wasn't a consent of the women that murdered, but it was a consent from the family. So the consent and the transparency. Also, we have a very senior advisor that's with expertise in ethics. And also we want our customer.
Oh, Shiran, are you here?
Yes, I hear and see.
I'm sorry, I just wrote, I decided to write consent and transparency because maybe, the terms are not familiar to everyone. The idea of informed consent, it means that a person has
Permission.
to say, yes, I agree to the use of my image, or the family has to agree that, the image of their child or member of the family would be used in a campaign. Okay, and transparency has to do with what? With like how the process, like what words the image is going to pronounce. Do you mean that? Like what do you mean by transparency?
I mean that when we are using synthetic media, people should know that we are using synthetic media, that it's not the real video of a real person. It could be a real person, but it's not the real video of this person.
But it's written somewhere on the site, right? On the
what?
It's written on the.
That's synthetic voices and not live people like this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
And also,
from my point of view, like an IT developer, and I'm thinking a little bit about security and also things like.
Yeah.
Perfect. This is a very good question. And also we want to collaborate with anyone, definitely not in party that we are not sure how they're going to use the technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was sure, but I just was wondering. And actually, I think I have one more question.
You're welcome.
One small, like it's also a little bit technical. Do you have a way to detect that your technology was used to create some like exact media?
If we can detect what?
Yes.
The end.
For example,
the result.
I'm showing Shiran, see, there is a cool video, looks like your technology. Can you detect somehow that it was really your technology used there? Like,
okay, so I will
some kind of
into
watermark.
It's our, yes. We consider to have watermarks on the technology. We have in some, use cases we already have, but we consider to have it in all of them. And also, you're asking about the specific DID technology, or like if we can detect it's deep fake or not?
No, I think DID technology.
Okay, so this is actually interesting. I don't have the answer for that. I need to check, and it's interesting for me to figure out as well.
Interesting point. Thanks very much, Asi. I think thank you for your input. I think every person has a different perspective. So Shiran's getting lots of questions from different angles. That's lovely. Benny, would it be okay if I ask you now? Your
first of all, I'm sorry.
Maybe some ideas or whatever.
Well, I don't have some idea. First of all, I'm sorry. I late it a little bit, and I missed a little bit at the beginning of the meeting. It was very interesting and very, very impressive. And I have only one thought that this technology. First of all, I see myself moving myself video that I'm speaking English fluently.
So I also told Shiran I'm going right after the session. I'm definitely going on this platform and trying to use the how's it called? Oh gosh, the trial version of the simulator. So yeah. Thank you, Benny. Thank you very much. Okay, so we also have I'm not sure about the connection issues. Moshe, would you like to ask something or like say something about the presentation? Can you hear me? I know Moshe's here, and he's actually texted me that he's here, but maybe his microphone or something is not working. So anyway, that's fine. Lena, is there anything you'd like to ask or add?
Okay.
Yeah.
So actually, I'm really impressed because today I asked myself a question. I'm sitting with my child in front of the TV and I said, how this social technology can like help my child to learn to whatever, just social technologies. What do they do with us? They really change this world. And you know, this topic really made me impressed that social technology can have such a great impact on so many people. So I just would like to say such a great thanks for you. And I worked in Canada with people with disabilities, and I really would like to create something in Ukraine like that can help people with disabilities to work actually. And I think that social project and with social technologies in my mind and with many other people can make it real. So like thank you for this topic, and I think today and in our times and in my country this topic is very important. Just thank you.
Whoa, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this input. And Shiran, I would like to thank you very much again for your time and for being with us, and thanks everyone for staying here, for joining us, for giving your ideas, for sharing your thoughts. Don't miss our next meeting. We meet every we have this sort of panel every month. So Shiran, I wanted also to wish you good luck this Thursday. It's super important. I'm sure your presentation is gonna be fantastic, and I'll wait to get some updates and keep my fingers crossed for you. So we're about to end. So also, everyone, if someone's watching us on YouTube right now, you're welcome to subscribe, share, like this video, and share this important message with your friends. Okay, see you guys.
Thank you.